Good morning, class. Today I will be teaching you about the modern synthesis of evolution. A very interesting topic, I might say, so I'm very happy to be showing you guys this. First, I want to say that this is a project for Cascadia College. Here's Cascadia College, a fair use statement. Whatever media is in this is for educational purposes. And here's Cascadia's code of conduct, or whatever you would like to call it, just some basic rules. Now, let's move on with this presentation. So what is modern synthesis? Many people may question it, but it's a mix of many things actually, and you might be kind of surprised. It's a mix of paleontology, paleoanthropology, also natural sciences, biology, genetics, and that kind of gets it all together. But really, there's two things that come down to it, and those two things are composed of natural selection and also mutation. And in the 1930s, these two ideas came together. But who thought of this idea? Well, two guys come into mind. One of them is Dobzhansky, quite tough last name, but good guy, and also Ernst Mayr, another great guy. Their studies were very important, and they continue to go into the studies of this. So let's go into the very first main idea of modern synthesis, and that is production and redistribution of variation. And the second one is natural selection. So let's dig down into this. First, what is a population? Well, a population is a good number of people, individuals, who mate usually together. Sometimes it is referred to as a breeding population, but all members of a population share a gene pool, which is all of the genes found among the individuals of the population. Now, I will continue and elaborate on the first topic of production and redistribution of variation. So let's start with the idea of mutation. What is mutation? Well, mutation is made up of a few things, and those things are transposable elements, which is a mutation. Also, spontaneous mutation. I will hold that up right here for you guys so you don't lose this idea. It is also made up of not only that, but also frame shift mutation, induced mutation, and point mutation. Each mutation I will elaborate on right now. Well, first mutation is point mutation, which is a small change in the DNA sequence. The next mutation is frame shift mutation, which occur when one or more nitrogenous bases are inserted into or deleted from the DNA sequence. Next are transposable elements. Although it's not got the name mutation in it, it occurs when a piece of DNA copy themselves into new areas of chromosomes. Mutations that have no known cause are called spontaneous mutations, and the mutations caused by environmental factors are called induced mutations. Enough with mutations, let's move on to the next thing, which is genetic drift. Get a good look at that. Some say genetic drift is the chance variation in allele frequency in small populations. This can happen in a couple of ways, and those two ways are the founder effect among human populations and the bottleneck effect. Let me elaborate on those two. So the founder effect is found among human populations. These include map of blood group 0, Huntington's disease, and so on. Bottleneck effect is drastically reduced in size due to some disaster. An example, natural disaster, habitat destruction, or disease, and so forth. So that is what genetic drift is about, these two main ideas. Going to continue forth. Gene flow. Gene flow is also called admixture or migration. For gene flow to occur, interbreeding must happen. Simple as that. To continue, we got recombination. Keep in mind this is all for the part of the first topic. Recombination or crossing over can occur during meiosis. As term implies, segments of chromosomes are exchanged between non-sister chromatids, and then this creates new combinations of genes that are not found in either parent. Moving forward, we are going to talk about Darwin's natural selection. And in natural selection, what does it occur? The fittest and the strongest survive. That is correct. He concluded individuals, and I say this in quote, individuals with advantageous characteristics survive in higher numbers and produce more offspring than members of a population lacking advantageous characteristics. The fittest survive. Simple as that. Moving forward is now species and speciation. Actually, yes, species and speciation. So species and speciation, Mayer proposed that most commonly referenced definition of species, which is species are a group of actually or potentially interbreeding natural populations which are reproductively isolated from other such groups. This definition often referred to as the biological species concept. One more time, biological species concept. And then fossil species are called paleospecies, and you can cover long periods of time over time. To move forth, actually, that's it. That's actually it already. And that's all I got to teach you guys. And that is modern synthesis. I would like to include my citation of how I got all this information. Thank you, class. Or whoever was watching, I hope you found this informative, and go have a good day.